long-standing acrimonies, antipathies, and animosities. Long-standing anger, hatred, bitterness. It may not even be hatred as much as bitterness over real or perceived hurts. In this country, and that is why many reasonable people have been calling for a national dialogue. Because in a family, when children are quarreling, the parents normally bring them together to talk. It is overdue. We need to have, whatever you call it, a gathering, a family gathering to discuss. What is it that the robots have against the Shekiri? What is it that the Igalas have against the Ibira? What is it that the Tiv have against the Idoma or Idoma have against? It is time to sit down to discuss this. Otherwise, what people are doing is we pass on hurts to our children and to the children's children. We tell them, we are hearing in 2021, I am hearing things that they say Zik did to Awo or Awo did to Zik that I didn't hear before. Exactly. I'm sure some of you are reading. Mm-hmm. I am hearing things that they say Tafawa Balewa did to Zik or to Awo that I didn't hear before. Meaning that if these things are not dealt with, they will keep propping up. So we need to, a wound, for example, if you do not open the wound and cure it, then what happens is that you are walking around with a wound inside the skin that will burst one day. So we need to sit down and talk. And our leaders need to listen, to pay attention to the cry of everyone to say, we need to sit down and talk. Because people are hurting. People are hurting. Now, we are all saying, Fulani headsmen. But me, I read something from the Fulani headsmen that are saying, look, since Buhari came, that they have been suffering too much. How many of you read that? They said they have been suffering too much. That since Buhari came, they've seen themselves as like enemies. They have made too many enemies. Meaning they too are hurting. We are all hurting. So we need to sit down and discuss our issues. And time is running out. We cannot continue to pretend that we are. The state is failing. I know the leaders don't want to hear, but the leadership is failing. The state is failing. The country is failing. And we need a father that will say, come, sit down, my children. Let us talk. What do you say is your problem? What do you say this person has done to you? How can we ameliorate the situation? What can we do so that your anger will cease? So that we begin anew, we begin again. It is time, my dear friends, it is time, brothers and sisters, it is time, people of this country, it is time, the leaders, that we sit down and talk so as to begin anew. The way we are going, we don't have much future. And those of you who are leaders, who are politicians, who are only thinking of 2023, I have been warning that there may be no 2023 if we do not deal with the wounds and the anger all over the place today. We need to sit down and talk as brothers and sisters. I believe that Nigerians want to be together. From here, there may be 100 different ethnic groups here. I believe Nigerians want to be together, but we want to be together under certain terms and conditions. We cannot be together under terms and conditions that were given to us by the British in 1914 or in the year 1960. It is time for us to begin to discuss and constantly review the terms under which we want to be together. That is how we would. So, those of us who are Christians, during Lent, part of what we can do after calming nerves, telling people not to be so angry, that you are Christians, you can't be so angry, you can't be so bitter. We also need to tell the authorities, justice. Justice is what makes for peace. Fairness, equity, that is what makes for peace. Where there is no justice, you would always have these fires coming up here and there. Where there is no sense of fairness, it is not only that the leaders should be fair and equitable, but that they should be seen to be fair and equitable. Perception, they say, is half of reality. If the majority of Nigerians perceive that there is no justice and there is no fairness and that we're not all treated equally, then it means that they will be angry. There will be bitterness. So there is a widespread perception that there is no justice in Nigeria. There is a widespread perception that there is no equity. There's a widespread perception that the same standards are not applied to everybody. This is why the country is in trouble. We need to sit down and talk about these issues so that we can begin anew. My brothers and sisters, they want to live together. We want to be proud of this country called Nigeria. May our leaders listen. May our leaders take the necessary steps so that this country does not go into flames.